Welcome back to another double stitch creations tutorial. This is tutorial number 3 for our Bailey Bunny pencil topper. Today we're working on his ears and arms and tail and finishing him off. So let's get started. We're going to use the rainbow yarn and obviously our 3.5mm crochet hook. Okay, we are starting with a slip knot, so leaving a tail, wrapping it around our finger twice, getting the back loop and pulling it over the front loop, getting our tail and wrapping it in front of the loop that is still on our finger, once again grabbing the back loop and pulling over the front loop. So now we can put the loop on our hook and pull it tight or loosen as needed, keeping it just nice and loose so it can glide, not just, yeah. Now to hold our yarn, I just hook my pinky under my yarn like this. You'll probably find your own way. This is how I do it. So hook my pinky under yarn, I turn, my pointer goes under the yarn here, and now my index finger and my thumb are going to hold my work close to the hook. We're working with this yarn between our pointer and our thumb, and the closer you hold your work, not tight, and can still glide my work up and down, but the closer you hold it to the hook, the easier it is to work. So we're now going to chain 2. So in crochet it's called yarn over, but we're going under the yarn and we're pulling that yarn back through the loop that is on our hook. So that's our first chain. Then yarn over, and pulling the yarn back through the loop on our hook. That's our second. We are now going to put 5 single crochets into the second chain from our hook. So here's our hook. This is our first chain, and this will be the second. We don't work through the first chain closest to the hook because it just undoes. So we're going to work into the second. And if you want, follow that strand, the tail strand where it goes to the knot, and just pull it out. So you can just pull it out a little bit and create a little hole so you can see where to put your stitches. We'll pull it tight later, so don't worry about that. So now we're going to turn and we're going to work into that second chain from the hook. So we're putting where we made it a little bit bigger, putting our hook into that hole, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops on our hook, then yarn over and pull through both. That's our first single crochet. We're now going to do 4 more into that chain stitch into the same spot, yarn over, pull it back, pull our yarn back through that stitch, 2 loops on a hook, yarn over, pull through both. So that's our second, and just repeat that 3 more times. Third, and our 4th one, and our last one. Okay, now you can pull it tight. That's our first round completed. We're now on to our second. Okay, so we were looking for the front loop and the back loop so that we can find our first stitch, which is just here. We're going to put 2 single crochets into every stitch around until we have 10 stitches. So 2 single crochets into this stitch and into every other stitch. So into your first stitch, going under both those loops, and then yarn over, pull your yarn back through that stitch, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both loops. So that's our first single crochet. We're now going to put another one into the same stitch. So going into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through both. So we're doing 2 into every stitch around until we have 10 stitches. So you can put your stitch marker back in. So now we're doing 2 single crochets into the next stitch. That's 1 and 2, and just keep going 2 into the next. 2 into the next stitch, all the way around back to our stitch marker, and then 2 into the last stitch. You should find that you have 10 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we're on to round 3 and we're still increasing. So we're still making the ear a little bit bigger, and we're going to do 2 single crochets to the first stitch, 1 single crochet into the next, and repeat that combination all the way around until we get to 15 stitches. So 2, then 1, 2, then 1, all the way around till we get to 15 stitches. So so 2 into the first stitch, so 2 single crochets into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both. And then doing another one into the same stitch, another single crochet. And you can put your stitch marker in at the first stitch if you like. And then this one's just 1 single crochet. Now we're doing 2 single crochets into the next stitch. 1 and 2, then 1 single crochet, 2, just keep going all the way around, repeating that pattern, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, now 1 and 2, 1, 2, and then the last one is a 1. Okay, you should have 15 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. So at this point we're going to weave in the end of our yarn so pull it tight, get your tapestry needle. And just weave it in and out, making sure that it won't open up on us again. And making it nice and secure. There's no right or wrong. There's just in and out till you feel like it's secure enough. And once you do, you can get your scissors and trim it. Doesn't matter if you leave a little bit on the inside because you're not going to see. Now, round 4 is single crochet into every stitch around for the 15 stitches. So we're just doing 1 round of 1 single crochet into every stitch for the 15. So this is 1. You can put your stitch marker back in here if you like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. All right, now round 5, we're now doing a decreasing round, which is a single crochet decrease and then a single crochet, just repeating that until we get back to the start of that till we get back around, and it'll be 10 stitches. So decrease, single crochet decrease is joining 2 stitches together. So you go into the first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, into the second stitch right beside it. So we're joining these 2 stitches together, yarn over, pull up another loop, 3 loops on your hook, then yarn over, pull through all 3, and then we're just doing a normal single crochet, so 1 single crochet into the next stitch. Now if you want, you can put your stitch marker back in at that first stitch. And we're just repeating this until we get back to our stitch marker, and there should be 10 stitches. So now this one's a decrease, so into this stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, so that's, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, and that's joining those 2 stitches together. Now we're just doing 1 normal single crochet. Now we're doing a decrease, into this stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, then a normal single crochet, and now we're doing a decrease, then a normal single crochet, and now a decrease, and then a normal single crochet, and you should find that you have 10 stitches. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, now we're going to do round 8 to 9 is 2 rounds in total, and it's just 1 single crochet in every stitch around for the 10 stitches, and we're just going to do that twice. So it's 2 rounds in total, so just going normal single crochet, 1 into every stitch, and we're just doing 2 rounds. So that's 2, just going all the way around, and just 1 into every stitch around. I'm just doing that for 2 rounds, and I will get back to you at the end of round 9. Alright, just completed round 9, and we're now up to round 10, which is a single crochet decrease into every stitch around until we have 5 stitches. So we're doing a decrease all the way around. So into the first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops and a hook, yarn over, join, pull through all 3. So we're just doing that all the way around until we have 5 stitches. So that's our first decrease, doing another decrease into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. So that's 2. We're joining all the stitches together, 2. Now this is our next decrease, it's 3, doing another decrease, 4, and then our last one, and it's 5. So it should have 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oops, I think I did 1 too many. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I didn't. Okay, sorry, I was right the first time. So 1 more decrease until you have 5 stitches. It really doesn't matter at this point whether you have 5 or 6. Now I'm just going to do, it is a little fiddly this bit, but I'm just going to put 1 single crochet into each of these 5 stitches around, and it's just making that little nice teardrop of it here that I like. It's completely up to you, but I just want to add 1 more row of single crochet. So I'm just doing a normal single crochet into every stitch for the 5 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alrighty, now you can cut your yarn, leaving your tail long enough to attach your ears to the body of, to the head of your bunny. And then you're just going to yarn over and pull it all the way through. Now you need 2 ears, of course, so please rewind the video and watch the ears part again and do another ear, and I will get back to you when you've got 2 ears, and we will attach the ears to the body of our bunny. Alright, just made 2 ears, and we're now going to attach them to the head of our bunny. I keep saying body, but it's head. That would look a bit weird. Alright, so just get a tapestry needle and you just put it, you might want them down, you might want them to the side, or you might want them straight up like I have this one. I think I'll just do it straight up. So you just put it where you think it should go, and you just put your needle through the head of your bunny and pull tight. And then you're just going into the ear, similar to attaching the head and the body together. Into the ear, into the body. And into the ear. Into the body, oh sorry, body, I keep saying body, it's the head, into the head of our bunny. And then back into the head. Now, once I feel like it's in the right spot, I go back over it. So I always go over it twice. Back into the ear. Back into the head, just go back over it. And I just like to make it nice and secure. And that way. Alright, now before I finish that off, I attach the other ear. Make sure that there. So you probably notice that they're 2 different colours. That's the joy I love of this yarn. No 2 bunnies are going to come out the same. It's all from the one ball of yarn, but it just comes out different, and I love it. And I love that the ears are not the same actually. They're a little bit different. Alright, so getting our other ear, just pull that strand out of the way. And we're attaching it here where you think it should go. And then once again, you're going into the head of the bunny. And then into the ear. Just repeating what we did on the first ear. Into the head, into the ear. And once you feel like it's in place, we will go back over it. So we go over it twice. Alrighty, now we're going to knot it off. So once you feel like it's secure, it's not going to come off, you can now knot it and just put the strand towards the back. Okay, so as always, I just do 3 knots. So just pull tight. And the last one on this side. And then we're just going to weave the end in and out of the ear, not the head this time because you'll see it. So we'll go try and match the colours. So just in and out of the ear. Just like so, and then trim it close to the ear. That's our first ear done, and now we'll do the second one. So again, just knotting it 3 times. One, 2, and 3. And then just weaving it in and out of the ear, just like this. And then trimming it really close to the ear so you can, and that's our ears done. And now we'll work on the tail. Okay, we just finished the ears on our bunny, and now we're going to do the tail. So working to the body of our bunny, and I'm going to put it in about row 3 into the center of the back of my bunny at row 3. So I get a tail and I hook it over my finger like this and create a loop, and I put that loop on my hook. Then I pull that yarn through the body. So I put my hook into the body of the bunny, just like this. Then I put this loop on the hook and I pull it back through the body of my bunny. Then I get the tail, and this is just to secure it to the body. And I pull the tail all the way through the loop, and then I just put my hook back in the loop so I can work and pull it tight. And we're going to chain 7. So yarn over, pull the loop back through, pull the yarn back through the loop on your hook, yarn over, pull the loop back through the yarn on your hook. So that's 2. Just keep going. We're doing 7. Yarn over, pull the loop back through the loop on a, pull the yarn back through the loop on a hook. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now we're working into the second chain from the hook. So remember, here's our hook. This is our first chain. We can't work into that because I just undo. This is our second, and we're going this time around we want to make our tail curl. And the best way to make it curl is to working into the first loop of the chain only. Right, so you just want to pick up the top loop, and we're going to put 3 single crochets into every chain all the way down, and it's going to curl our tail, bunny's tail. So turn your work, going into the top loop of the chain only, yarn over, pull that yarn back through that chain, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both. So that's 1, and we're doing another 2 into that same spot. So we're doing 3 single crochets into every chain stitch all the way down, and you watch it curl. It's really cool actually. So now we're picking up the top loop of the next chain, and we're going to do another 3 single crochets into the same chain. 2 and 3. Okay, Once again, grabbing the top loop of the chain and doing another 3 single crochets into the same spot. We're just going to do this all the way down the chain so that our tail will curl really nicely. Now, doing the next top loop of the chain. See how it's starting to curl? Doing 3 single crochets. And then next one, doing another 3. 2 and 3, and now the last one. And 1, 2, and 3. And now we're attaching where we started, where we attached the yarn to the body of our bunny. We're going to go back into the body at the same spot, yarn over, pull the yarn back through the body. So you've got 2 loops in your hook, yarn over and pull through both. And then we're just going to cut the yarn long enough so we can knot it together and weave it in. Okay, and just grab the end of your tail and just pull it all the way through your hook, through the loop on your hook. Sorry. Now we're just going to knot this 3 times. 1, 2, and 3, and we're just going to weave this in a little bit. I'm just going to weave it in on the tail a bit so that it won't come undone. So just we're doing it on the tail because it's the same colour as the yarn. If we did it into the body, you'd see it. So just going in and out of the tail a little bit, just tucking it away so it's a little bit more secure. Like to do it a few times. And then once you're happy with it, you can trim it really close to the tail. And there we have our curly bunny tail. Looking pretty cute. Now we're up to the arms and we're nearly finished. Alrighty, we're working on the yarns. Again, we're using rainbow yarn, but you can use white yarn if you wanted. I'm going to use the rainbow yarn and we're going to go into row number 6, so counting from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, row number 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I'm going to put it in row number 5. You can vary depending on your animal, so just take a look at it. So, and I want to put it slightly to the side because I'm going to go, the arms are going to go around the front. So I'm going to put my hook into the bunny just here. Once again, I'm going to make a little bit of a loop and leaving a bit of a tail. I'm going to put the loop on the hook, pull it back through the bunny. Then I'm going to grab the tail, I'm going to pull it back through the loop on my hook and then put my crochet hook back in and just pull it tight. Now we're going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to skip 4, 4 or 5 stitches in the front. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to be roughly even, so I'm going to go into the body on this side, like this. I'm going to grab my yarn and I'm going to pull it back through the body. So 2 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through both. Right, now we're going to turn and we're working under the chain. So we're not working into the chain, we're working under it and we go around it. And we're going to single crochet, do 8 single crochets around the chain. So put your hook right underneath, so going right underneath it, yarn over, pull it back underneath the chain, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both. So that's 1. We want to do 7 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, we want to put our hook back where we first attach the arm to the body of the bunny. We're going to put our hook back into the same spot. Then we're going to yarn over, pull that loop back through. So we've got 2 loops on a hook, yarn over, pull through both. Now we want to cut our yarn, leaving a bit of a tail. We're going to get the end of our yarn, just yarn over and pull it all the way through. And now you can knot these 2 ends together. And I always do 3 knots. So 1, 2, and 3. And you can just weave this in and out of the arm of the bunny. Just the reason I'm not doing it on the body is because it's a different colour, weaving it in and out. So I'm just weaving it in and out of the arm, just tucking it away, making it a little bit more secure, as always. All right. Then once you're happy with that, you just trim it really close so you can't see the ends. And that's our first arm done. Now we're going to do the next one, or arm and legs. So we're doing it in row number 3, I think. 1, 2, 3. Yep. So here, and I'm going to line it up with this arm, and I'm going to put my hook in about here, like this, doing exactly the same thing, leaving a tail, making a loop, putting it on the hook, pulling it back through the body, getting the end of getting my tail, pulling that all the way through the loop, putting my hook back into the loop, pulling tight, chaining 5, so yarn over, pulling it back through the loop on your hook, yarn over, pulling it back through the loop on your hook. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we're skipping 4 or 5 stitches in the front, but with this second arm I just tend to line it up with this first arm. So we're going to go in here into the body of our bunny, just like this. Put our hook into the body of our bunny, yarn over, pull that yarn back through the body, 2 loops on a hook, yarn over, pull through both. Now we're going to do 8 single crochets around the chain. So under the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through both. So that's our first single crochet. We're going to do that and 7 more times. 2, so that we have 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Once again, where we originally attached the second arm to the body of a bunny, we're going to go into that same spot and into that same stitch, then yarn over, pull the yarn back through the body, 2 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through both, and now trim it and pull that in, yarn over and pull that tail all the way through the loop on your hook, pulling tight, making 3 knots. 1, 2 and 3. Now just weaving the ends of the yarn in and out of the arm, just tucking it away. And then once you're happy with it, just trim it really close to the arm, and there we go. There's our Bailey bunny all finished. You can now sit on a pencil. If you wanted to turn Bailey into a finger puppet, you just need to make these arms a little bit longer, so chaining a little bit more. Or if you want to turn him into a keyring, you just put a piece of yarn in the top of his head. And that's our Bailey bunny all complete. I hope you've enjoyed this project, and I'd love to see you in the next ones, and thanks for watching. I'll catch you later. Bye.